Hey, buddy, are you recovered?
I'm trying. It was a busy week for me. I know it was busier for you because you were in Nashville for 10 days, but I kind of did a half cross country trip, flew to St. Louis, then we drove to Branson, spent
You
the night,
did this.
went to my mom's house. The next day, we drove to Nashville for 5 hours, six actually with traffic. Spent 2 days there and drove back to Missouri and then flew back to Bakersfield on Sunday. But we also had flight delays on both ends of the trip, so it made for extended airport stay.
You and everybody will get to see the fruits of that labor. I did a lot of work on site, but buddy, you're doing a lot of work at the computer to get that out for the end of this month. Our coverage from CMA Fest, because you were traveling, we couldn't necessarily get everything up right away like we sometimes do, but this will make for a really cool 50th anniversary of CMA Fest special that's coming your way. But we wanted to hop on here this week, and we have a really cool band up and coming, just signed with Warner Music, is Pecos and the Rooftops. We talk with Pecos Hurley about their debut album, which is out today as you're listening to this, June 23rd, 2023. 23. But it's and Pecos has a lot of Texans are a man of few words, just shoots straight, gets right to the point, and I think is as fun as it is talking with him. He's 10 times more articulate in this music. The music is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, now you might have heard of them. They have a song called This Damn Song. They have 5 a.m., which has been doing really well. Last Thing I Remember as well. But one thing we didn't ask him about was he's also opened for Zach Bryan and others on the Texas or just the touring scene in general. But as Pecos says, they've been headlining more than they've been opening. So I think that's great for a new act. And it's country rock, as we talk about, but I hear a lot of the rock influence. But
you hear the guitars. You hear the guitars.
Yeah. But we'll let Pecos kind of tell more about that, because they've worked with some cool people too. Pecos Hurley of Pecos and the Rooftops, welcome to the music universe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Great.
Doing great. I know you've got a new album out today. It's your self-titled debut album, and it's out via Warner Records. Tell us about the project.
Yeah, so we're actually rehearsing for it this week for shows. It's going to be out on Friday officially, so I guess Thursday night in some places, but it's going to be, I believe, 16 songs, I'm pretty sure, total. We've already put some of them out just to kind of test the waters, and they've gotten some good responses, so I'm really excited to get the rest of them out and be playing them at our shows too, see the response they get.
Yeah, you have a cool country rock vibe going, but I would say you were listening to it, you were more rock with a little bit of country. Personally, how do you like that kind of you're from Texas, so you kind of get that.
Yeah.
How do you
that vibe? So how would you describe it? Would you describe it as country rock?
Yeah, and it's hard to kind of put it in a box too, because it is a little bit of both. I mean, we have a lot of rock influence with the guitars and just the way that we write songs, and I mean, I can't really deny that it's a little bit country as well, just because of my voice. But I would definitely say it's a good balance of both. Just some kind of like Texas rock is kind of what I call it, but I don't know what else to call it really.
I love it, and it's getting raves for how personal and how deeply felt the lyrics are. You talk about how you write. Tell us a little bit about how you write, and even though it's rocking music, you got some shredding guitar on there, being very vulnerable and very direct with the lyrics in your writing process.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to write real music, and I've gone up to Nashville this last probably year and a half, and found a really good circle of probably 2 to 4 maybe songwriters that I really enjoy writing with and creating songs together. And you know, me and the band still write a good bit too, but that's became a lot of my process is going up to Nashville when we're not playing shows and getting a few days in to write with those guys, because the ones that I do write with really get what we're going for and the sound that we want to have. But yeah, I just want to write real stuff and from past experiences, or even if it's from someone that I know, you know, like that. That's pretty much it, really. Just trying to stay authentic and having our own sound as well. Because I'm a sucker for a guitar solo, so that's always going to be a thing for us, I think.
Now, are you the shredder, or is there someone in your band? Because I'm listening to the Last Thing I Remember, 5 a.m. They both have amazing guitar riffs in them. So tell me about that.
Yeah, our lead guitar player, his name is Zach Foster, and he's a beast, man. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about his guitar playing. So he usually does the lead stuff on our songs.
Awesome.
When you talk
we have
about
a couple guys in Nashville, but we have a couple guys in Nashville that do some guitar work on the songs as well. But I would say Zach does a lot of the lead stuff for sure.
Right on, right on. And when you say you write in Nashville, are you a group that once you write, you're recording it, or do you just gather them all and then go record it? And was it also recorded in Music City, or did you do that in LA?
So trying to think. Usually I'll go there, and the producer I've used for this album is Andrew Bayless, and he's becoming a big name around Nashville for sure. He's really good, and so usually it'll be us two and someone else writing. And by the time the song is written, Bayless will have pretty much an entire demo, you know, drums and bass and an idea for guitars already tracked. So I'll just put some scratch vocals and we'll have a really good demo to go off of. And then we go to the studio and re-record. I've done pretty much all of the album in Nashville, at a couple different studios. We went to Sound Emporium for like 3 of them. We went to RCA for I think 3 of them as well, and then the rest we did at the Boneyard Studios in Nashville.
Well,
Cool.
yeah. Andrew and your frequent collaborator Michael Whitworth both work with Jelly Roll, and I can hear that sound in the production. So
really,
you do have some, you do have some big names there for sure. What's it like to work with someone who is, or people, I should say, that are working with people who are up there and are rising fast? I mean, you guys are also doing the same, because you have 4.5 million global streams and almost at this time 300,000 YouTube views on the lyric video of 5 a.m. I mean, that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. They're professionals, you know, but at the same time, I consider them good friends at this point from how long we've been working together. So we always have a good time writing music together, and it's always exciting to go see what we can put together again.
Yeah, it's really cool. Now, you mentioned, you know, sliding in some of the songs to see how they're doing live. Are you doing, since it's kind of the single, or at least the focus track as they're called when it's streaming, Last Thing I Remember, are you doing that one live, and how has that been received live?
Yeah, we've been playing it since I think before it came out, and it's got a good response. People are really digging it. So
great,
it's been good.
Great.
Now So I was gonna say, recently we spoke with country rapper Colt Ford, who has like 24 songs out on a new project, said more is coming. Are you guys kind of doing the same? I mean, I know you're focused on the debut, but are you constantly writing and recording and maybe, preparing for the next project?
Yeah, definitely. Once we got this album recorded, my managers asked me if I wanted to kind of take a break from going and writing, and I was like, I don't see a point. I mean, if the ball is rolling and songs are coming out, then we need to keep writing. So yeah, I've already gone back to Nashville once or twice, and I'm going back in August to write some more. So I'm not in like a huge hurry to get another album out or anything like that. I just want to, have more songs to choose from, when the time does come.
Fantastic. Tell us about your road dates. Are these solo dates? Are you on the road with somebody? I see you're on the bus now, and you said you're out in California performing. So tell us about being on the road.
It's good. So this month we have a lot of shows with Co-Wetzel. We're still doing a couple of headline shows here and there. But usually we headline more than we open, definitely. But we just happen to be on a run with Co and them.
Great. I hope you make it out this way. I want to see you because again, the instrumentation that walking that line between country music, rock, southern rock, I think is absolutely fantastic. You have a really unique and really identifiable voice. When did you realize you had a really cool voice and could sing? You personally?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not one of those people that I never brag on myself. So it's weird to say. I don't think I ever had a moment where I was like, I have a cool voice, but I always enjoyed singing growing up, and I thought that it was just something that everyone could do. But I don't know. I didn't really try to do the music thing until I was probably 21 or so. Before that, I was just trying to like learn stuff on an acoustic, like in my high school years, and just enjoyed singing songs. And then I eventually started writing when I was about 20. That's when I kind of was like, I would really like to do this,
Love that.
And were you working on this project before Warner approached you and you guys signed, or did it happen afterward?
Yeah, we were. I think the first song off of this album that we did was last year at some point. So it was before we were in talks with Warner, but by the time we did the deal with them, they knew that we were gearing up for an album, and they were all super excited about it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, you guys have fantastic future ahead of you. Real quick before we let you go, Pecos and the Rooftops. Why the Rooftops?
Okay, so we started the band in Lubbock, Texas, out in West Texas, where Texas Tech is.
Yeah.
And we had a 5-bedroom house that we lived in, and we would get on the roof pretty often and just party up there and drink and smoke or whatever we wanted to do. We wrote a couple songs on the roof there when we lived there, but we were just trying to figure out a name for the band. It was right when we put this damn song out, or actually right before I put it out. I was like, well, we have the title of the song, but we need to figure out a band name if I'm going to put it out. And so we just came up with Pecos and the Rooftops, and it stuck, and put the song out, and shit took off, and we haven't looked back since, really.
I love it. I love it.
You guys are definitely living that rock star lifestyle. I mean, to do all that and live in a house together, and that's I think Poison did that, in LA. I don't know, Motley, all of them. They got their start doing that, and just balls to the wall, rock and roll and partying. And you guys have the songs to go along with it as well. So that's awesome.
Well, Well, thank you, Pecos. This was fantastic. Again, the self-titled debut is out today as this airs Friday, June 23rd. Thank you very much. Best of luck. We know we're going to be seeing a lot more from you in the future. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you guys.
Really cool music. I can't wait to possibly see them live. I don't know if Wetzel's coming up here with them or if they're going to hit here themselves, but it's kind of funny. He mentioned staying in a house with his bandmates because Peter, who did some of our filming during CMA Fest, specifically at the Musicians Hall of Fame, that's what he's doing right now in Nashville.
Oh,
He
really?
has band, and the four of them are sharing a house. So it's kind of funny he mentioned that.
Try sharing an RV.
Yeah, they're not doing big cross-country road trips, but you know, our friends, the Scarlet Opera, did that for their first tour. It was an RV
They
and not a
did,
bus.
yeah.
And I have to say, and actually, this is one of the things I wanted to bring up and why I asked him about opening is being an opener works. It really works. And I used to be suspicious of it because I go for the headliner, right? If I'm going for the headliner, I know who I'm going for. And being somebody that sees dozens and dozens of shows every year, I've now sort of learned to kind of time myself to get there to maybe when the headliner is starting, or if I want to get there early, I know to get there early and I know what time the headliner's going on. But if you can, take a chance on the opener. Openers work. I went to see our friends Scarlet Opera at Brooklyn Bowl. They were opening for Ava Max on her first US headlining tour. She's been very big in Asia, and now she's coming here. And so she was at Brooklyn Bowl, and they were the second opener. There was a first opener called Band of Silver, or Band of Silver. And they kind of reminded me a little bit of Garbage. Not that they were garbage, they reminded me
the band Garbage.
of the band Garbage. And then I was there for our friends Scarlet Opera, and they came on and just nuked the entire room. It was incredible to see.
It happens.
I knew it was going to happen because I'm sitting there. You know, I always sit in the section where you can sit, especially in a GA venue, and I had a grandma come up to me. I think she was a little too old for them to be her kids, so I'll say it was a grandma come up to me whose husband had worked security for Ava Max overseas, but they never got a chance to see her or meet her. So the kids were there, and I'm talking with the mom. I said, "Yeah, I think you're gonna like Scarlet Opera." I said, it's pop and it's new, but it's old school." And she goes, "Well, who's it like?" And then some people actually showed up in my section that were there because of Scarlet Opera, number one.
Oh,
And
nice.
some people like me only stayed for Scarlet Opera. And number two, when they were done, the people that hadn't heard of Scarlet Opera, I'm walking that room to get out. And actually, I had a friend working security that night. So I'm walking the room to get out, go see him. Everybody had their phones open to the Apple Music or the Spotify for Scarlet Opera, going, "That was amazing. That was awesome." And again, the few that were there just because of them were absolutely blown away as well. So being an opener really does work. And I wanted to make sure we talked about that because Pecos and the Rooftops are kind of in that situation where they have the support of Warner with Scarlet Opera. It's Republic, which I didn't realize is Taylor Swift's record label. So wow. But Pecos has Warner, and they're just starting to get that name recognition, and it's going to start bubbling, and they're gonna be popping here as well. So it's really, really cool. But it's so cool when you know the opener is headline quality, and it's just that they don't have the following to support a big national tour yet, but one or two rounds and they'll be able to go off on their own.
Yeah, and Pecos and the Rooftops have dates currently, as we're recording this, lined up through August 19th. A bunch of festivals in there, and they do have some with Wetzel, so you'll have to check out their website. But the next date as of this recording is actually tonight in Reno, at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino. So they're kind of, in the western part of the country, making their way back to the Midwest and their home state of Texas throughout the summer. So you have to check them out and dig the album there at Spotify or wherever you buy or stream music.
Well, cannot wait to hopefully see him live myself. For the Music Universe podcast, I'm Matt.
And Buddy, thanks for listening and watching. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, and share. And be sure to check us out at tmupod.com. And of course, the latest news and concert reviews at themusicuniverse.com. Take care.